Big thank you to Aiden and the Father of the Year award going out to them. Such an amazing group of people. Really like what they're doing with the nonprofit and definitely want to support them. So thank you guys so much for being on the show, and please enjoy the episode. It was phenomenal to talk with you too. Awesome, everybody. I'm really, really excited about this. We've already been having a great conversation with father, son, Aiden, and Jeremy on making action the greatest habit. Very fun to have you guys on, and an absolute pleasure. You guys have a nonprofit where it sounds, please tell me what, in your own words, what it is for you.
Yeah, so me and my dad, we co-founded Relief Alliance. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're dedicated to homeless rehabilitation and also youth development. So not only we do go out, we feed them almost every single day, give them basic essentials that they need to survive, such as warm meals, clothing, blankets, toilet paper, toothbrushes, etc. But we actually try to rehabilitate them and make them self-reliant.
Hmm, that's awesome.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we started Relief Alliance over a year ago, and we quickly gained national attention. We started off here in the Orlando area in Florida, and within a matter of months, ended up on the Hollywood scene. And it's just been incredible, in large part due to the OWL application. If you've ever heard of
Really?
it, you basically pay to network with people, in a nutshell, and then they pay to call you. Aiden made a call one day and got connected with some, Eric Zuli is his name, from Easy Way TV, the Easy Way
Hmm,
Network, and got us out to a Hollywood event the next day.
really?
We flew out, and it changed our life pretty much from that point forward.
Wow.
So it's really helped us drive a lot of awareness towards our mission, and we've gotten a lot of support because of it nationally.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So I'm curious, where did this kind of start for you guys? Because I don't very often hear of a father son duo going out into the neighborhood and wanting to help the homeless community.
So
Yeah.
my dad has, he can tell his story, but so I've been doing this with my dad, my grandparents, my whole family, really. We were the type of people to feed someone that was on the corner, feed someone in front of a store. That's the type of people who I was raised by, and that stuck with me. My dad has a different story than me on this, but so I'll let him tell that real quick. And
Cool.
Oh yeah. So basically, to Aiden's point, that's right. Before we moved to Florida, I raised him around compassion and helping other people.
Mhm.
We saw somebody homeless begging for food or money in a median, we take him out to eat. Give him treat him well, give him dignity. Yeah, we did the same thing when we moved to Florida, and we realized it was not making a dent. It was the same person was right back at it the next day, and of course we helped him. Um, but we realized that it takes a village. A band-aid here and there was not cutting it, and nor would it ever cut it. So we made it our mission to well, help as many people as we can, but also spread the message that it doesn't take a lot to give back.
Mhm.
Like me and Aiden, we're father and son. It doesn't take a lot to get out there and give back, and it sounds cliche, you get by giving. It's
Mhm.
not a lie. That's a very factual thing. Because you give, it opens doors to conversation with people that you might not otherwise converse with,
Mhm.
or that would converse back with you,
Mhm.
and those conversations are instant connection builders. So, I mean, if you're doing it for yourself, that's why. But it's about compassion, helping other people. That's what it should be about. And it doesn't take a lot. But the bottom line is father and son, parents can do these types of things with their kids. And it really, you can work a full-time job, two of them, and still do it, because that's what I was doing.
Mhm.
And then now, I'm the parent of the year for 2025. Aiden and I are getting confirmed as peace ambassadors tomorrow,
Wow.
with the Universal Peace Federation, affiliated with the United Nations,
Oh my gosh.
uh, and the list goes on. So, I mean, does that answer your question, Ian?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
How is it that you guys ended up connecting or being recognized by the United Nations?
Through the Parent of the Year award. So on National Parents Day, July 26th, this year, we were nominated. But I was nominated to, and we ended up going to Pasadena, California to accept that award, Parent of the Year. And it was presented to us by the Universal Peace Federation, affiliated with the UN, the United Nations. And after that event, we went to, and after, I wouldn't say party, but I'll just say it, after party at some place where we all got together and had food and we were talking, and it just came up. The guy that runs it really wanted us to be a part of it, and you know we absolutely took that. It's an honor to be considered for peace ambassadorship.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Wow, wow, wow. How
Yeah.
did it make you feel when you were given that award?
Oh gosh, it felt really good. It felt really good, and I don't need awards. It's not
Sure.
something I need. But it was cool to be recognized for the work that we're doing. It shows that other people do see it, and hopefully we're spreading awareness enough to drive real change outside of me and Aiden
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
That's
the work
awesome.
that we do.
That's awesome. And I'm curious to find out, like, I know you guys are talking about doing more than just giving them a band-aid that might just rip off type of thing. Like, what does that kind of mean to rehabilitate someone who is in a homeless setting? Like, because I know sometimes homeless people don't no longer have their IDs. They don't have a place where they can put their mail. And so those are some very basic fundamental things they need to even go and apply for a job. Like, please tell me how you guys are doing that because I think it's really fascinating.
Yeah. Well, so a lot of the folks that are on the street, a lot of folks just haven't been taught how to um, life skills, that really get you somewhere. And one way or the other, they ended up where they ended up, through personal choices, through whatever that might have been. But a lot of these folks, they need somebody to show them. They need someone to teach them things that some of us might think are, just common sense. It's not, there's a lot of topics life-wise that people just don't know. And they get into these positions and they don't know how to get out of it. So, how do you find a job? How do you build a business? What are you interested in? I mean, these are questions that come up. What do you want to do? If it's start a business, we'll be their ally and work with them until their business is ready and rolling. Um, if they want to get a job, we provide volunteer opportunities in the realm that they're interested in so they can put it on their resume. And then we help them build their resume and we help them build their LinkedIn profile. We give them opportunities. And then we bring the job fairs to them. We partner with a lot of organizations because we're an alliance. We're an alliance of nonprofits. We're an alliance of CEOs, talent managers, film producers, actors, models. So we have a really good network to plug people into, and it's not just about who knows you. It's about who you know too, who you know and how they know you. And that's really the model that we learned from Eric Zuli from Easy Way, and it's so true. It's about who you know and how they know you and how appreciative you are. And those three things in tandem working together get you places. And that's what we teach, and we teach the how behind it all too.
Nice. I really respect that. I didn't think about that, but it's very true that sometimes keeping a job or, finding ways to get a job might seem like common sense for some people that maybe were raised by maybe someone just had awesome parents and they were able to kind of see and understand all those things. But there's some of us who didn't have those wonderful opportunities or have that kind of a guiding force there. I'm curious, Aiden, like, how does it feel to not only have a father figure who's nationally given awards for being best father of the year, but just on a personal level, like, how is it for you on your day-to-day basis, like being around your dad and that type of thing too?
It's, I love it. A lot of my friends, they don't have what I have.
Hmm.
Having an in-home team and a mentor that can guide me through everything that I do in life, no matter what it is, he's supporting me, and it feels great to have something to fall back on no matter what happens. If I need help building up my LinkedIn, help building up my resume, if I need a connection or I'm doing something that I don't know how to do, he is always there. He gives me advice, and it just feels great. And it's sad knowing that not everyone has the opportunities that I have. A lot of my friends, they didn't grow up in the greatest place. Their parents aren't always involved, so you can't take it for granted what you have. And I'm really appreciative of the foundation that he set for me.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, of course.
I'm right here.
I'm gonna
That's
get some
awesome.
Chipotle after this.
He's only saying all these things to get his Chipotle. You hear that?
I
It's
love
that
the sense
chicken
of humor.
burrito, isn't
It is. I'm hungry.
it? Anything else you want to add, buddy? You'll get a cookie from Subway.
That's
Oh my gosh.
that's cool. I'm glad you guys have such a great relationship. That's awesome.
Yeah, we do.
Cool.
It's
Cool.
been good.
That's
You know,
awesome.
I started when he was younger, we started out trying to, because we weren't sure. I wasn't sure. I didn't have all the answers. I still don't.
Hmm.
Um, but I clearly did something right. He's an awesome kid. And then when we first started out, and when I was trying to teach him about business, I tried to teach him about microcontrollers and how to code and do like wire in the little just wire in the microcontrollers to do what you need to do, make the lights blink or
Yeah.
something simple, and then write the code to make it happen. And he actually picked it up.
Wow.
Um, and then I ended up teaching an after school program at his school for the next years of his life,
Wow.
and to try to get other kids to learn it. But Aiden lost interest in that. It's coding. It just wasn't his interest. He's more of in the marketing realm, which I learned over time.
Okay.
And then we started a landscaping company for him, or he did. Of course, as his dad, I had to play a role, equipment, the legalities of things, stuff like that. We started a landscaping company, and I'd work with him on jobs and show him the ropes. And I mean, he's getting a lot of skills over the years, but nothing really compared to what we do now. As soon as we started Relief Alliance, Aiden lit up. He just was on it like a real job. He treated it like a real job, still treats it like a real job, and he's incredible at it. He's in meetings all the time, building new relationships, handling all of our marketing efforts,
Wow.
handling marketing efforts for some of our partners. So there's a lot he's doing at 16, and it's great to see that. But again, it's proof that age doesn't matter. You can be 16 and be exactly where Aiden's at,
Mm.
right? It just takes drive, motivation, and action.
Nice, nice, nice. That's perfect. That's perfect. I love that. It's like just tying that into the book too of like making action the greatest habit. Like for you, what is I'm curious to tie back into like how did you figure out the difference between, you know, you said there was more the technology side of things and there was the marketing side of things. Like what were some of your key tips or indications of like, oh yeah, we should definitely guide him towards that because was he naturally reaching for that direction? Or what would you say?
Well, he's always lit up when we go help somebody. Like I was telling you earlier, I raised him around just helping people in need, whatever that means. I'm using the guy in the median holding a sign as an example because that's something everybody would recognize. But we help in so many other ways. It's just when he did that, when he's always done that, he felt good. And it's also amazing to help folks. I wanted to really build that up in him. I just never thought of, let's take it further than that until we get to Florida. So, I just noticed that, when we were back up in New Hampshire, that he would lose interest. He'd learn something. He had some great potential in whatever he was doing, but he just didn't have the drive, that internal drive that kind of pushes you to do right,
Yeah.
and take action. It wasn't fully there. It was more like, hey, dad might want me to do this, so I'm going to try it and see what happens. I didn't want that. I wanted him to do what he loves, and then we searched, and then ultimately we landed here, and kind of by happenstance. We didn't anticipate starting a nonprofit. Do more.
Wow, I like that. I like that. What do you think are some of the best influences that you can be as a father?
The best influences you can be as a father. I mean, as far as you know, how you are in a relationship, right? How are you with people? Um how respectful are you? How committed are you to your word? What you say you're going to do, are you going to do it?
Hmm.
Are you going to do everything that you say you're going to do to the best of your ability? And it's really guiding, right? I mean, I let him grow into himself. I didn't coddle him. I didn't hide things from him, because I come from the belief system that the more exposure you give kids,
Yeah.
the better, right? Because their friends are going to give them the exposure that you're not.
Hmm.
The way I see it is, I want to be the person with my own kid that can explain what needs to be explained that his friends wouldn't explain.
Okay.
So naturally, I was like, well, I'm not going to hide everything from him and try to keep him safe. He's gonna see it he sees any kids pick up on a lot, right? And they have friends that are influencing them all the time. It's just about taking every moment you can take in life and seeing it as a lesson, not getting mad, not doing any of that, but treating everything, like every day, all day, as a potential lesson.
Hmm.
And it's hard to explain. I mean, I could probably go into that a little deeper, but everything is a lesson. Everything is a teachable moment, and
Hmm.
those teachable moments add up. And in our case, it made Aiden a really well-rounded kid.
Nice, nice, nice. And I'm curious from your viewpoint, like, what do you feel like your skills are based in, or what do you like to do? Because I know you guys were talking about marketing, but I'm curious to hear from you too.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm a people person. I like marketing, especially I really started getting into it once our nonprofit started. I just like the feeling of spreading awareness for our cause. You
Mhm.
know, most people really don't care. So my main goal is to get everyone to see what we're doing, and maybe it'll make them do it too as they see us doing it. So
Mhm.
I really got into marketing. I think I started about like a year or two ago. I'm just a people person. I like talking to people.
Yeah.
I like sales, and that really led into my position at Relief Alliance. So,
Interesting, interesting. So I am curious to ask, like, what are your guys' positions? Because are you the only two working on it, or is there a group of you?
Yeah, we're so I'm the president, Aiden's the vice president. We have a board, a full board, media director. So we have our own media team. Mass Finley Photos, great woman, by the way. She does amazing work. And we have advisors like Eric Zuli, Bob Hopkins, Andy Monet, and these are all really respectable people in their fields. They have been there and done it, and they've really helped us a whole ton, and that's an understatement.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, like how was it for you guys? Because you initially were just starting this nonprofit, but then you ended up giving national exposure when you flew out to California, right?
Yeah, that was the first of our national. That was the beginning of our rise with Relief Alliance. What really pushed it nationally. Yes.
Wow, wow. And I'm curious to jump into a little bit with the homeless population. Like, did you guys have certain criteriums in your mind for the homeless to say, like, okay, we should start them out with just like having blankets and clothes, and then we should move them up to like getting back into working again? Like, what was your take on that?
No. So
Yeah.
it really they need food, they need clothes, they need hygiene products, they need survival gear. That's temporary shelter tents, blankets. And a lot of the folks on the street, they have substance abuse issues. They might be recovering, or they might currently be, using, or maybe they're not using, and they, they need preventative care. So we have partnerships with that. Um, but am I on the right track to answer your question here? And Aiden, feel free to jump in and add stuff.
Yeah, I think you covered it.
Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. And where do you guys see this going long term? Like what do you kind of envision is happening? Do you guys have like a building? Do you guys already have a building, or do you have like multiple buildings? Like where do you guys kind of see yourselves in the future?
Yeah, I mean, we have a base of operations here in Kissimmee, Florida. We also have a base of operations in San Diego. I'm sorry, Spring Valley, California. It's right in the San Diego area. Supply distribution infrastructure for clothes, food, hygiene products, and Bibles, and all the things I just mentioned. Um, and in the future, I would like to expand even further than that, grow our team even more. We're always looking for volunteers, always looking for people to join and support our mission, because people need help, and we are real. You can watch it, the testimonials, watch the videos. We just need help. It takes a village to do this kind of work. So we'd like to be in every state eventually. And we started working with a company called Terra Firma Foods. They invented a product that, think of a large scale farm. Okay. Think of that reduced down to an acre, producing just as much food, if not more. Okay. And more often. It's all self contained. The energy is produced by trash. So, trash like rubber tires, plastic, biohazardous waste, other trash, gets converted to energy, and about 1 million kilowatts or so, not annually, a month. And the energy that's not used by the self contained system, um, gets pumped back into the grid. Um, and because it's a trash to energy conversion system, right? There's partnerships there with other organizations for trash like waste management. It's a great solution for block cleanups. It's a great solution for any cleanup effort. So we're in the process of trying to get that out there, but that's a huge deal, and we're very much tied to that product's success. We have a great relationship with the owner, and we just want to get it out there, because a lot of that food is going to go to support the homeless. There's going to be education for growing your own food. There's so much going on, and I'm really looking forward to getting in the weeds on that even more than we already are. And you'll start seeing that come out soon. It's called Terraponics, and it's from Terra Firma Foods. And stay tuned, because we'll be posting a lot on that as time goes on.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And sorry for me not like exactly grasping what it is, but what is this about? Like what kind of is it like this is a product that provides like bedding, or is it like they're making out of a special material? Like what is it useful for?
Got you. So farming, like agricultural. So if you're growing crops on a farm today and you're using a ton of acreage to do it, this system, you can bring it all down to about an acre worth of space, produce the same amount, and produce it more often. Um, and again, it's all self-contained. So the electricity, it's not coming from the grid, it's being generated by trash. It literally. Oh, you're unmuting.
Sorry. That's pretty cool. I think that's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely.
How did you guys make a connection with them?
Just through the circles that we're in. We're always networking, going to events, and we met him through one of the folks that we've connected with through Easy Way, actually. Their Easy Way is again helping us. So, but in a nutshell, we made another connection through one of the events we were at, and that led into a friend of a friend, and a meeting that happened to really move the needle on what our values are and where we want to go.
Mhm.
So
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
yeah, definitely.
Wow. Wow. What kind of impact have you guys already seen from doing this kind of work?
Oh gosh, I mean, we have so much. I mean, the help that we provide, it's invaluable. You know, people really need this help. They're incredibly grateful, and without it, they would have nothing and nothing to look forward to. Like there was this homeless vet that we were helping, and still help actually. We go and visit him every day, and he's immobile. He's in a scooter, and he literally lives between, you know, a Walgreens store or a gas station. He sleeps there. He's there all day, every day. And his scooter broke down. Nobody would help him. You know, we sat there trying to get somebody to stop with a truck. We don't have a truck, to help get it over to the shop so we can help him get it fixed. And nobody was willing to do it. So, you know, we got him a temporary replacement for the moment. Put out, you know, we did a campaign to try to get him a new scooter, and somebody did come through, and he's riding it today. So, but he was in that, he, you know, that's a good example of somebody that wouldn't have gotten help if we weren't there. And this guy literally can't move. His scooter broke down. He would have been stuck, and he's homeless. People push the homeless away. You know, he, it's wrong, but it happens. So
Yeah.
that's where we really come in. So that's an example of the impact we have.
Okay.
You know, there's families on the street living on the sidewalk. You know, a couple little kids. You know, I'm talking about a family we were recently helping, and they we helped them find housing. Um, but these kids, they had a couple rusty bikes and a tarp. You know, they're not allowed to sleep on the street or the sidewalk in Orlando. That's where this was. And so they're getting harassed all the time. You know, sleep hard to come by because the cops will come by and kick them out and make them move their tarp. I mean, give or take, they're somewhat reasonable, but it is not allowed here in any case. So, and anyway, you know, kids shouldn't be living like that. It was a dangerous area. What kid should live on a sidewalk,
Right.
right? Nobody was helping them. They had to go to church for food until they met us, and they did. They were getting fed, but now we stepped in. We fed them. We clothed them. We gave them stuff to have fun with. We get, you know, stuff that we could do being in our position with them being on the street. And then we campaigned to get them off the street, and it helped. But it takes that advocacy, you know, it really does. It takes that extra oomph to get out there and make things happen for people that needed it.
I think you're right. I think you're right. And I really like your mindset and your viewpoint. How is it that despite other people not wanting to help the homeless, you still find yourself doing it?
Because it's not about other people, you know, it's about ourselves. Every one of us makes our own decisions to do good or not.
Hmm.
Um, and regardless of what other people think, whatever, regardless of what other people say, you know, it's the right thing to do. These people truly need help, and nobody, I won't say nobody, because there's people out there that'll help them. It's just hard to come by. They get harassed, they get pushed away, they don't get the help they need when they need it.
Right.
So us being able to do that, it means the world to us.
That's awesome. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that motivation too. I think a very different mindset from like what I would say like the typical norm where it's like people are just kind of like out for themselves and it's good to find others that are like, no, we want to help other people. Like that's important to do.
Yeah, it is. You know, and it's about spreading the message. There's a lot of people out there that do have the ability. In fact, everybody has the ability to give back. When you see somebody in need, or you the type of person that will look at them and say something snarky, walk by them, or say hi, how is your day going? You know,
Yeah.
and and what do you need? It's that simple. And then maybe that's a quick run back into the store to grab what they need. And around here, it's hot, so water is a hot commodity. So
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. Specifically in
yeah,
Florida.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm curious, like, how is it that you don't like, I guess the question I'm trying to ask is like, have you ever had like a negative or really bad experience with a homeless person before?
Yes, actually, and it doesn't, you know, keep us from doing what we do. I mean, we've almost gotten robbed multiple times.
Really?
People that thought we had more food and we didn't, or something else. It's happened multiple times.
Okay.
But you know, these people are in a hard position. You know, I get it. Do I want to get robbed? No. Do I want my son to get robbed? No. Um, but that's not everybody. There's a lot of really good people out there on the street that
Mhm.
just don't have a choice. And there's a lot of people out there that want to be out there. But nonetheless, survival's survival, and every human has a right to life and a right to live with basic necessities like
Wow.
food, water, clothes, shelter,
Yeah, the basic essentials.
and the Bible.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. You've brought that up a couple point. Where does the background come with the Bible?
Oh gosh, yeah, I was
We've been in
raised with
church.
a religious background. Aiden was,
Okay.
and it's just been a part of life really ever since we were both babies. So
Cool.
yeah, the
That's awesome.
values are what are amazing. Don't steal, don't lie, don't cheat. Don't, you know what I mean?
Morally,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool, man. I like that.
yeah.
Cool, cool. How does it feel, Aiden, to have that kind of background and upbringing as well?
It feels great. It definitely makes you happier. It definitely helps you yourself have a purpose in life. It gives you a lot of morals. I used to be in like Bible study. I used to be in all of the church plays, all the Christmas plays. It that I feel like that has a big part in what I am today and the compassion that I have to others.
Hmm.
And that's how it is having that background of being really religious.
That's cool, man. That's cool. And do you guys go to a specific church or like a church in like a certain area, or are there multiple churches that you like to visit?
Multiple. I mean, we have one that we go to here that we really love. It's called the Illuminate Church.
Hmm.
And then in California, we were turned on to a church called Revelation. And both are just really good, great people. It's a great community to be in. And I'm not going to say they're exclusive, right? We'll go to any church. We partner with churches. In fact, we just distributed food to a church today, and
Oh,
about 100 pounds of pizza slices, so they can hand it
wow.
out and distribute. And that's how we distribute as well, is we partner with other organizations that also are out there in the community because we're an alliance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Are these alliances something that you guys naturally formed, or how did you guys start connecting with them?
We realized really early that you can never do anything alone, not even just nonprofits. A lot of people are scared that, okay, this business is gonna take what I have, this person's gonna take my donors, but you gotta let go of that and you need to collaborate with others. That collaboration is everything, and I will stand on that forever.
It is. It takes a village to do this work. The more partnerships you can create, the better it is for the people that you're serving. We don't have the resources, for example, to house people, but our partners do,
Oh, cool.
right? Our alliance members do. We don't have the resources to help somebody entirely with their substance abuse recovery, but we have partners that do, and we play our role. Um, but we can't do it all, right? And
Mhm.
that's where our alliance comes in, and it happened pretty naturally too.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. I like that. Sweet. Well, I think this is an awesome interview. Is there something more like specific that you guys like to share that maybe has helped you guys out on your journey or might help somebody else out on theirs?
Aiden, you want to take that?
Maybe a little bit of motivation. Um, you know, you, I just want people to know not to stop what they're doing. Like me and my dad, if you want to do something like this and you truly want to make a difference, whether it's a nonprofit, if you want to start your own business, it is going to take a lot of hours. You could get burnt out. Just take time for yourself. That's the biggest thing. Give back to the community. I will stand on that is the best way to bring happiness in your life is to give back. It's a very fulfilling life to have. You don't want to be on your deathbed and be like, oh, what did I do? You don't have any regrets. Keep pushing. And that's all I want to say.
Cool.
Yeah, and just to say something, so donations are hard to come by in this line of work, right? It's always good to offer something in exchange. If you're a nonprofit, it's good to have something to offer in return to raise money because it takes money to do this work. Um, So in our case, for any nonprofit organization that's listening to this, and for you and your listeners in general, we learned fast that it takes a little bit of extra doing to earn money, and that might be with events. We have a couple events that we put on. One of them, we're about to do our first annual pickleball for a purpose event,
Cool.
which will be in uh,
It'll be
well,
in
it's
Bonita
co-hosted with
Springs.
Goat Paddle.
It'll
It's
be in
happening
Bonita
February
Springs.
14th and 15th in Bonita Springs, Florida. We're expecting 75 players a day over 2 full days. And it's not just a tournament, it's really a movement. Pickleball is exploding nationwide, and we're giving brands the chance to tie their name to something that's fun, healthy, meaningful, and aligned with our values. And it helps us fund the work that we do. So for the sponsors that do support us and our work, event is all about visibility and ongoing attention, because sponsors don't just get a logo slapped on a banner like that like a normal event. They get featured on step and repeats, flyers, social media campaigns, recap videos, Easy Way TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Google Play, and more. So sponsors are literally positioned in front of a national audience before, during, and after the event. And ticket sales, tickets are going to be available for both players and spectators. And we want the community to come out, play, watch, and support a cause that saves lives. And again, it does help us raise money for the work that we do. Um, that's Pickleball for a Purpose 2026. And then we have a second event that we do in partnership so in a nutshell, our second major event is in the heart of Hollywood, California. It's called the Stained Red Carpet. It's in partnership with Brooke Forbes and Forbes Productions. This next one is happening September 28th of this year. It's a real exclusive Hollywood scene, glitz and glamour event. So it's not your typical fashion or comedy show. It's Hollywood's most daring red carpet experience. And that's how I'd put it. We have supermodels walking the runway like Brittany Taylor, for example, presenting the fashion that we have. We have celebrity comedians with credit and performances from people from Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO, and Showtime. So they'll bring the house down. And really it'll be a glamorous, unfiltered night for the most part, where the red carpet doesn't stay clean for long. And we're expecting a couple hundred guests in attendance. The cameras are rolling everywhere. It's totally completely media covered. So sponsors at this event don't just get placement at the event; they get media coverage, red carpet interviews, iHeartRadio spots, interviews on iHeartRadio. That's huge. Features in Heart of Hollywood magazine, um, recognition across social platforms, recap reels, and more. So, tickets are available to go to that. If anybody listening does go, find us. We'll plug you in. We can give you some great connections for your business. But please, if you're listening to this, consider sponsoring it, not only to help us with our mission, but for your own brand. This is real. This is happening, and it will bring you a ton of exposure if you get in on this. So reach out
So
anytime at reliefalliance.org. You can find a little bit more about that, or give me a call.
I like that. I just want to pull up the website so everyone can see it.
Yeah.
All normal spelling?
Yes, reliefalliance.org.
Cool. When did you guys have this made?
I'm sorry?
When did you guys have this made?
Oh, well, when we first started our nonprofit, I mean, we redid the site between then and now. It's like a constant update struggle. We always make updates to it pretty much every week. So it's evolved.
Wow. Wow.
So if you go to the about, so hover over the about section. Well, you can scroll, but over the about is where the events are. So click events.
Okay.
And then scroll down.
Yeah.
You can see the Pickleball for a Purpose event and the Stained Red
Yeah.
Carpet event. You can purchase tickets. You can purchase sponsorship packages right here.
Cool.
For your listeners, we'll give you a discount code. You can take 20% off of any purchase you make sponsorship wise.
Wow.
using the discount code RA Family 20. That'll
Okay.
take 20% off. RA Family 20.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You guys are. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's awesome. Good for you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Well, cool. Anything else you guys would like to share as a father-son duo over here?
I just want to say it's an honor being on here, Ian. I'm really looking forward to the things that we're going to do together. I look forward to collaborating with you. I really appreciate you giving us the time to be on your show.
Mhm.
And yeah, just thank you, Ian.
Yeah, man. You're welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure. It's always fun to connect and help each other out in any way that we can.
Yeah,
100%.
and I'll second that, Ian. You're awesome, man, and I'm looking forward to collaborating. It's been great being on your show. So thank you for everything, and we'll stay in touch.
Cool.
Absolutely.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
Yeah, this
All right.
Awesome, guys. Well, this this has been fantastic. I'm really looking forward to getting this out. And yeah, if anything, I hope everyone reaches out to you and says hi.
yeah, same. But thank you. Is
Thank
this
you,
are you cutting it here? The interview?
Yeah, unless you wanted to say something.
Ian.
Oh no, I don't have anything else to say. I wasn't sure. Are we still here?
Yeah. That's awesome.
I wasn't sure if we were done or not. Oh gosh.
You're good. You're good. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I can we can just end it off here. That's fine.
Oh no, it sounded like you were capping it off, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of like my words of ending the episode, you could say.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this, Ian?
Podcasting?
Yeah, I mean it's this podcast.
5 years.
Nice. Are you I mean you get a lot of subscribers?
I think I was kind of heading for that when I was like first getting started. Um, didn't really know how to build an audience, which was a pretty important part. And so now I've kind of transitioned and changed, and I actually have a way that I do grow my audience. It's like I would say a little bit slower, but more steady, so to speak. So like the people that listen to the episodes, like I had like 16 people listen to one episode, for example, but it's like all of those people like I have actually connected with. So it's a little bit more than just like, I don't know, it could be like a few thousand views, but I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever talk. Like, I don't have those people's phone numbers, for example. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit
Well,
different. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so when you do edit this up and get this done, let us know. We can give you some pretty good exposure. It'll help both of us really because we're gonna post about it, but we're gonna post about it using our Easy Way platform.
Cool.
It will give us some really great SEO and
Nice.
it should help a little bit.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
awesome. Awesome. And I'll create a group chat between us so we can all stay connected. And
Please.
awesome. I'll
That'd be
do
cool.
that now.
Well,
yeah.
sweet. Anything else I can do for you guys? I mean, I have a group chat of like 116 people if you want to be in it.
Sure. Actually, I'll include you in ours too. We haven't been engaging it much, but stay tuned
Okay.
because we're about to, it might actually help you. It's called Pitch and Purpose. And basically, it's just going to be our network or some of our network in a meeting.
Yeah.
And, everybody will go into breakout rooms of like five or so.
Okay.
And you'll have a chance to pitch what you do and get
Oh, cool.
attendees or guests to be on your show.
Cool.
In your case, that's probably what you use it for, but you can use it for whatever, pitch whatever, and what's your purpose behind it,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's it. And then you move on to the next person, and that's going to happen every 2 weeks.
Cool. I like that. I like that.
Yes, sir.
Rad. Rad. Well,
Awesome.
cool. Yeah, man. Anything else I can do for you guys or?
No, I'm good.
I think we're good. Yeah, definitely great talking to you, Ian. And I look forward to collaborating with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm glad we had the chance to connect.
Awesome.
All right.
So
Have a
yeah,
great
have a
day.
great day. Have a great day, and
Cheers.
reach out if you need anything.
Okay. Thank you.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Alrighty. Cheers, guys.